Hi, today I'm going to make Grandma Elizabeth butter cookies. Now keep this in mind. Often recipes are not quite the same as we had when we were little kids, because I remember going over to her house in Grandma Elizabeth and I had a special bonding, as you can see. A very close bonding. And one thing she taught me how to do was to bake butter cookies. And here's another picture. And here's me and Grandma Elizabeth at Holloway Beach in Florida. I can't remember the name of the beach, but we definitely had a bonding together, me and Grandma Elizabeth, because we loved to bake together. And sometimes in the summer, I would go over to her house, and you walk into her house, you can't miss that smell. But sadly, some of the recipes just die with them, and we just don't remember. Here's another picture of Grandma Elizabeth. She was a lady. There was no doubt about it. She was a Victorian lady. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make the butter cookies the way Grandma Elizabeth did, but they're probably not going to be quite the same. There's nothing we can do about it, but they'll be very similar. I'm adding in 1 cup of butter, very softened. I'm adding in 1 cup of granulated sugar. Oh, guess what I started yesterday? The choir. Oh, felt so good to be back. Like I was saying, choir is part of theater. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to cream the sugar and the butter together. In those days, Grandma did not have an electric mixer. She used an egg beater. All right, now what we're going to do now is I'm adding in 1 egg. I think she made it slightly different, but sadly, folks, I just can't remember how she did it. Grandma Elizabeth was a great baker. Her mom, was twice as good. I swear these people should become professional bakers. I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Luna, be quiet. This is not for you. Okay, I'm adding in a teaspoon of vanilla. I want to add in a 1/4 cup of milk. Now, I don't remember if she added milk or not. She probably did. But, it's been too many years already. And she was really something else. She made homemade butter cookies, cream cheese cookies, strudel, French crepes. Oh, you name it, she made it. All right, now we're going to add in 3 cups of all-purpose flour. This is going to become a very thick dough. I'm editing very gradually, all right? Grandma Elizabeth came from Hungary. Came with her husband. They both came from Hungary. They're both Hungarians. I also remember Thanksgiving. She used to bake for weeks and weeks and put everything in the freezer. Oh, I still remember those days. I sure miss them. I remember a couple of years ago, Grandma Elizabeth actually came and saw me in a play called Play On, where I played the part of Phyllis Montague. It was a comedy, play within a play. She loved it and she was so proud of me. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I don't remember if she did that or not. She probably did. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder before we go to the final flour. Because we want to get that put in there so the cookies will come up a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the dough in the refrigerator and let it chill for 1 hour. Roll it out. It's still very soft, you can see that. All right, I want to add in, 1 more cup of flour. I'll make 3 cups. I'm definitely sticking the dough up. another cup. Yes. And then we're going to put this in the refrigerator. I want the dough to be cold before I roll it out. Okay, this is getting very stiff now. I can feel it when I'm mixing. To be. Now what I'm going to do is, as you can see, it's just, you can't even roll it out yet. It's just too soft. I'm going to make it into a nice dough. It's going beautifully. But oh, she loved to do this all the time. You wash my hands. What I want to do now is I'm going to wrap it up in aluminum foil and let it get cold for about, let's say, about a good hour. I want it to be hard enough so I could roll it out there without it flying in all directions. She did this all the time. She just absolutely loved to bake. And her mother was twice as good as she was. I'm telling you, my grandmother could have been a professional baker. That's how good she was. And she taught me how to bake when I was a little girl. I used to love to bake, and I still do. Okay, we're going to put this in the refrigerator, let's say for 1 hour. Let's get the dough chilled, then we'll roll it. All right, the first thing Grandma Elizabeth loved to do is that sugar walnut mixture. Sugar, you add in about 2 tablespoons of sugar. Oh, it is so good. I'm not kidding you, people. You will love this. And this is going to go over the cookies. Mix this all together. I have to add in a little bit more sugar. No, I don't think so. This is going to be fine. Just like my lime. A little bit more. And make sure you have enough sugar added in here so it has that sweet taste. And then we're going to roll the sugar. Then we're going to roll out the cookies. This is perfect. Oh, Grandma used to make it. You know, the thing is, I think Grandma used to get the walnuts and she just break them herself. I kind of remember doing that. Okay, we're going to put this aside. So what I want to do now is, I want to flour the surface. Always flour your surface when you roll out dough, any kind of dough. Always flour the rolling pin, because what happens is the cookie dough will stick to the rolling pin and we'll have a problem. Now what we're going to do is, as long as it's not sticking, we'll be fine. I'm going to roll it out. It's very, very delicate, as you can see. Grandma used to roll it all the time. I used to help her. But she always made sure the rolling pin always had flour on it so it doesn't stick. We don't want it to stick or we have a problem here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, unfortunately we don't have regular cookie cutters, but you can also use cups. And I'm going to cut them out just like that. Look how beautiful that is. See? And I'm going to always use parchment paper. There's a reason I'm telling you this. Cookies often stick. This is going to be hard to get up. Come on, baby. All right, we have to redo it again. You see what happens is it starts to stick. Even on, you have to add a lot of flour. Okay. Don't panic if that ever happens. This is very delicate dough, and it will stick. All right, there we go. Go. As you can see, they're so delicate. It's unbelievable how delicate these cookies are. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, I need 4 cookies. I'm going to sprinkle the nut mixture on here. Grandma used to put nut mixture always on her butter cookies, and they were so good. You have no idea how yummy they came out. And you keep rolling up the dough. Get more flour mixture. Always keep flour on your countertop, or whatever you roll your dough out with, it will not stick. Okay. Sometimes I help Grandma hold the dough. Sometimes you need a little help. Very delicate. It's so delicate, it's unbelievable how delicate it really is. There we go. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bake these cookies. There's plenty more left, all right? I'm going to put some more nut mixture on here. And I'm going to bake them for, let's say, 5 to 7 minutes. They are so good, all right? 5 to 7 minutes, all right? Because they're going to probably spread a little bit, and they're going to be very delicate. And here we have Grandma Elizabeth's fantastic, wonderful butter cookies, which she always bought in that little yellow cookie container that she used to have. And for the life of me, I don't know what happened to it. It could be any place, who knows? But this is very similar. It's not identical, sadly. Sometimes recipes just die with the people, but we try to get as close to them as we possibly could. They're butter cookies with fantastic sugar nut walnut mixture on top of it. It's so good, so yummy. I'm thinking of you, Grandma Elizabeth, today. I know you're in heaven, and I miss you a lot, Grandma. And I'm going to sort of follow what you do, baking and cooking. I know you want me to do that. So never wait. Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day, and please subscribe to my show.